Most people are still using ChatGPT like it's just a blank chat box, but there's actually heaps of hidden buttons, settings, and workflow shortcuts built into it that make it faster, cleaner, and way more useful. So in this video, I'm going to show you a bunch of ChatGPT features most people either overlook or just don't know exist. First up, if you didn't already know, you can download the native ChatGPT app on both Mac and Windows, and that gives you a cleaner experience, faster access, and in some cases, features that just aren't there on the web version. One of the handiest things here is that you can instantly bring up ChatGPT with a keyboard shortcut. On Mac, it's Option Space, and on Windows, it's Alt Space. So instead of opening a tab and properly going into ChatGPT, you can just launch it straight away and start typing, and then it goes straight into your ChatGPT desktop app as a new chat. Another nice one is the screenshot capture. Instead of manually taking a screenshot, saving it, then uploading it, the desktop app makes that whole process much quicker. It sounds small, but if you're constantly asking ChatGPT about what's on your screen, it saves friction every single time. And then there's Work With, which is one of those features a lot of people don't even notice. It basically makes ChatGPT much better at working alongside what you're already doing on your computer, but it only works with certain apps, and you can see some of those in the background here. And when you're working with those apps, it just makes it so that ChatGPT doesn't feel like just a separate little box off to the side. And on top of that, the native app gives you quicker access to different modes like web search, agent, and Work With. So overall, if you use ChatGPT a lot, the desktop app just feels a lot more fluid. Alright, so those are some of the native app shortcuts and hidden extras. Before I show you some of the web differences, a quick word from today's sponsor. VEED is an all-in-one AI-powered video creation platform with a ton of tools built in. But one of the coolest for marketers and creators right now is this AI video generator called Fabric 1.0. Let's say you've got a single image of someone holding your product. Maybe it's your own product photo, a stock image, or even something you created or edited inside VEED's AI image tools. You can take that image, build out the product look, write a script, and then turn it into a talking product video without needing to film anything from scratch. You can also test different AI voices and hear a sample of your script in real time, so it's really easy to find a voice that fits your brand, your ad style, and the kind of vibe you want the final video to have.
This flavor of color is so good, it's even...
Then once you're happy, generate the video, and that still image becomes a polished, talking UGC style product clip in minutes, which is pretty wild when you think about how much time, filming, and editing that would normally take.
Even better than Pepsi and Coca-Cola. It's that good that we don't even need to put any branding on here.
That's what makes VEED such a powerful all-in-one AI-powered video creation platform. You can go from idea to image to voice to finished ad creative all in one place with a workflow that's genuinely fast and easy to use. If you want to try it for yourself, check out VEED with my link below and get 30% off. So that's where the native app has a few nice little advantages. But if you mainly use ChatGPT in the browser, don't worry. Some of those same features are still there. They just live in different spots. Okay, so on the web version, internet search is still there, but the button placement and general workflow is a bit different from desktop. So if you've seen people using it and thought yours looks different, that's probably why. Same story with agent mode. It can still be activated here, but again, the button and the layout can differ depending on whether you're on the app or the browser. And web is also where you often notice things like apps or connector style integrations more clearly. Things like linking in Google tools and other external sources so ChatGPT can work with more than just what you type in the box. So that covers where a few things live. Now let's get into the quicker stuff. The little workflow tricks and buttons that are easy to miss but generally useful once you know they're there. A super basic one, Shift plus Enter gives you a new line without sending the message. So if you're writing longer prompts or structuring things properly, that's a must know. Another sneaky one is hitting the three dots here where you can quickly retry the answer either more concisely or with web search. So instead of rewriting your whole prompt and saying make that shorter or asking again for fresher info, you can often do it in just one click. Branch in new chat is also underrated. If a conversation starts going in a totally new direction, you can split that idea off into its own chat without messing up the original thread. And please use the search bar. So many people are still scrolling through old chats manually, when you can just usually search a keyword here and find what you need much faster. Then there's share chat. If you want to show someone a whole conversation or send them a useful output, using the share chat feature can be way cleaner than taking multiple screenshots. Those are the quick wins. Now let's finish with a few of the bigger built-in features that are actually worth making part of your regular workflow. Temporary chat is useful when you want a cleaner one-off version and don't want it mixed into your normal history or ChatGPT memory. Not everyone needs it all the time, but it's good to know it's there. Group chat is another one people overlook, which can be handy for planning, collaboration, or just having everyone in the one thread. Projects are where things start getting a lot more organized. You can create projects, give them icons and colors, drag chats into them, and keep related work grouped together. If you use ChatGPT for different areas of your life or work, this is one of the best features to start using properly. And I've got a video right here showing you how to use ChatGPT projects much better. And finally, agent mode. I'm not going to go deep on that in this video because that deserves its own breakdown, but just know it's one of the biggest shifts in how ChatGPT works, and it's absolutely worth learning about next. So hopefully that gives you a better look at some of the hidden buttons, settings, and workflow shortcuts inside ChatGPT. Not prompt tricks, just actual built-in features that make it easier to use. Watch this video next to see how to create your own AI avatar clone free using the industry-leading HeyGen. Also subscribe to the channel for more AI updates just like this. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you there.